Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bet Advisor blog stroke webcast for the second day of the Ayr Gold Cup meeting. If you're watching, I bet you're fetting up to see my face now. As you can see, my wife dressed me today, matching tie, and made me shave and pluck my eyebrows. Feel a bit like a superstar. Well, only one more day of this to go after today, of course. And remember, I do this for all the big meetings and usually every Saturday, so don't forget to look in on me. Please have a look around the site, read a few of the blogs and register for a few of the tipsters. And remember exclusively at Bet Advisor that we have a great innovation where if you subscribe to a tipster who's not performing, you can change that to another tipster and then change back to the one you've originally selected if you like when it's come back into form. So let me just remember that. It's a good thing here at Bet Advisor. Anyway, on to today's racing, which is slightly better than it was yesterday, which I thought were pretty poor racing. I think myself today, with the ground drying up a bit, I personally favour the low drawn horses in the big fields, so just bear that in mind. The 210, it's not a betting race for me, too difficult to get involved with. Daddy's Warbook was struck into last time, and you'd think it was slowly improving. I think that, you know, if you forget that last race, it could run into a place today. Not sure if the stiff course will suit Star City. Magic Destiny needs to improve on what's shown so far, so don't know. Trailblaze, I think they'll be suited by the strop back and trip after failing to last home over a mile last time, and so that looks good. Savina Oasis looked very one-paced and runs all the races well, and is well drawn, but I think she needs, you know, heavier going on or a bit further. I think Strictly Silver's got the best chance on the book to be followed on by Trailblaze and Daddy Warbook, but it's not a betting race for me. There's too many imponderables. 245, same again, not a betting race for me, not a race to get too involved with. A few of the runners have got sort of back form, but have run poorly once or twice, and they could spring back to form today. And then there's a few of the likely race runners that, you know, could improve dramatically for what they've done so far. So it wouldn't be a betting race, but summarising, I think Tuesday's won and running some pretty moderate races, and never run a going like this, so shouldn't really be that sort of price. And I think Stable are not in the best of form either, so not for me. Deep Sand, I don't think this doesn't look good enough. Actually, shoe size, I fancied it last time. It was progressing and then ran poorly for new trainer, or newbie trainer, Keith Dalglish, over the furlong further. Now, I don't think it was the distance that day that beat it. I think that it was something else. So dropping back in trip today, I think neither in or there. Trumpet Voluntary, it's got the best form in the race and is priced accordingly. I think it's too short. It doesn't look invincible. Paul Hannigan has chosen to ride the call instead of stablemate Penball Crag, but Penball Crag's got some decent form going back 3 runs ago, probably on a par with the favourite, and is a 4 or 5 times bigger price. So if they find out what's wrong, why it ran better the last 2 times, it's got a good shout at a big price to beat stablemate. You never know. The 320 race, now this is my cup of tea. This is the race where I excel in, as you all know. This is where we get the big price winners. The harder the races are, the more impossible they are, the better I do. I think mainly because I think the races and these are the truly run affairs. There's no hiding place. The speed comes to the front. The strong racers, and then that means form comes to the top, or what I perceive to be the form, which is why I do well at them. I think in this race, Courage has got a lot of weight and might find trip on the sharp side. And I think you can say the same about Arganil now. Was getting on a bit, and I think 6 furlongs is more his trip now because he seems to have lost a bit of his early speed. Paul Midge is stable, brilliant form, but it was a weekly run race. Adges won at Doncaster, and I think he'll struggle to follow up today with his penalty. All Joe said was 7 lengths behind Adges that day, so really haven't got much chance of overturning the form. Indian Trail and Invincible Lad from Danny Nichol's stable are both knocking the door, but they're drawn high, and I think, like I say, I think that's going to be a disadvantage today. Above the Stars, short and a betting, I think, because of connections. I don't think it's a form that's got her there, and I don't think it looks up to winning this. Riley Mooch would be my choice with Claimer on, Claimer £7, but drawn high today, so I think probably he'll do the best of the high drawn. But if I've got it right and we need a low draw, I think I've narrowed it down just to 3 runners that I think have a chance of winning the race. But to find out what they are, you need to be a member, and if you're not a member, you need to subscribe. 355, it's another wide open race, another of these races that I excel in. And we should have learnt a bit from the previous race what the effects of the draw are, but the only thing about Ayr is you have to be wary. Sometimes it can look like one side's miles in front of the other, then in the next race it's the other way around. So just don't take it as cast iron what happens with the draw. I'm hoping we're right, but you never know, so be careful. There's just a 25 runners now with a couple of non-runners, so fairly straightforward to ask to find a winner, I wish. Monbrav is running below form at present. so best watch till he gets back to his early season form. Esprit de Midas for Daniel Nicholls. Come back to near his best form for only his third run for Danny Nicholls, and he could yet find more, but he's not too consistent for his other trainers, so you've got to worry whether he repeat what he did last time out. Trip looks too short for Karaka Jack, who's been run over further lately. Clinch and Layla Zero, I think will come out best of those draw and eye, really, but if I'm right about the draw, they're not going to get into the race. My Gacho's interesting now, dropped back in Trip to 6 filler from 7-8, what's been run over. But once again, I've narrowed it down, this time to 5 runners that I think have a chance of winning. And to find out what they are, you need to be a member. So if you want to subscribe, you'll find out what they are. 4:30 race. It looks a walk in the park for Claudian Park and all known form, but she's about £10 in hand, I think. But I have to worry that she's had a lot of quick races. And even though she's well clear on form, she probably will win the race. I won't be having a bet on her because of those things. 5:05. Bolin Judy has equally the best form in the race, but never shown a best form on softer going. So this mare's not for me. Boss's Destination won a weak race by default at the third because all the other horses run poorly. And then didn't settle at York. So I think that's poor form generally, so not for me. Tycho, Huey Morrison's horse, it's been well off for a long time, about 150 odd days. Last 3 runs have been on the all weather and have been, fairly moderate really compared to this form. I think Goyle got too quick for Pyadanak, even with Julie Burke claiming 5. Soprano don't look good enough. To find out what I think will win, of course, you need to be a member. So subscribe, and then you'll find out what all my selections are for today. The 5:40 race, Ventura Sands. Been much better suited by this drop back and Trip today, but I don't think it's good enough still. Henry's Gift has been running in and getting beat in some pretty moderate races, and today's race looks stronger than what he's been running, so not for me. I've narrowed it down just to 3 runners that I think can win. Oh, sorry, to 2 runners that I think can win. That's even easier. But once again, you need to be a member to find out what they are. So please subscribe, and then you'll find out what they are. I'm looking again for the last day tomorrow of the Ayr Gold Cup meeting. Ta.